Okay, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the Pacific Northwest, the home of the 12s, as it's called, CenturyLink Field in Seattle. Tonight, it's the NFC's turn to take center stage as we've got a wild card matchup on tap between the Green Bay Packers and the Seattle Seahawks. Win or go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson, and he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. It's Williams on the catch. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's 2nd down.
Is that not the very definition of a tough yard gain?
Now, is that one where as the receiver you go to your quarterback and say, why'd you even throw that?
Yeah, I think you do, and I think you wonder what type of a route are you going to send me on that only 1 yard's going to be the result? If I'm going to go in there and take contact, let's go ahead and get something out of it, not just 1 yard.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers, man open. That's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 36.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Carson, and down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Throwing now is Rodgers. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. To throw is Rodgers. He'll get this off to Jamal Williams. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that's going to make it 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Not the touchdown they wanted, but hey, you're on the road in the playoffs. They did get 3 on the board.
Yeah, it's a good opening drive, so you feel good about it yourself. You get to the sidelines. The defense feels good about you helping them right out of the gate. The team, yeah, they feel pretty good about coming in the playoffs and getting points on the board right away.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 24. On the ground, this is Rashad Penny. A terrific run there by Penny, 42 yards. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
Now it's Wilson. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Kill. Check 13. Check 13. Safe.
The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the gun, it's Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. 31 yards. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. This is Carson, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
From the 27, Rodgers, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
I think you have to chalk that one up for the defense there. Someone right on the spot, excellent coverage, didn't leave him enough room to come down inbounds, even though he did catch the football.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Let's go.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Check. Hey, lady. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. 12. Check. 93's the mic. 93. I don't even know why this team showed up. Check. 93's the mic. 93's the mic.
On third down, Wilson. This went into the hands of Metcalf. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 30-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Alert 3. Jump out. 56, the mic, boys. 56. Check within 30. Okay, double up.
Now Rodgers. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
On first down, Carson. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. After one, a 14-3 ball game.
14, Packers 3.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Check 9. Go to 50. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Hey, pick 26. 56 the mic. 56 is the new team spell.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 31-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 29 yards, as his guys are back within a single score.
As they began this last drive, things weren't exactly looking up for this offense. But after what they just did, putting the ball in the end zone, that took them away from the brink of possibly being knocked out of this game.
On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D.
The Seahawks take over. Let's go! Let's go! At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
A nice run on 1st down gets him 6 yards to the 31. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Double tight, double tight. 3 down.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Davis. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Wilson leaves this one with Penny. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Hey, we got 3,
Play action. Now Wilson. Now the hook up here to Allen Robinson. 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Allen Robinson, 56 yards. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And the last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the boost. Watch the line. 56. Bravo. 56. Check. We didn't get up.
Here's Rodgers. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Penny, a first down carry. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On first down, Wilson. They set up the screen to Penny. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Check.
Now Wilson. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Here's a handoff to Carson to begin the drive. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams.
Jamal Williams, the Packer ball carrier. He's brought down by Ryan Shazier. It's a gain of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards, first down, Packers. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in a shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. It's Carson, and he'll be taken down at the 34. A gain of 3, 2nd down. On 2nd and 7, Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call.
What you got? What you got, Heavy? Jump out! Give me something. Hey! Wahoo!
From the gun, it's Rodgers. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And incomplete, almost intercepted. Had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. And now 4th down. On now is Mason Crosby, who's hit from as far as 58 in his career. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They're going to line up to go for this on 4th down. Rodgers stays on the field.
It's our time.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. A desperation heave for the end zone. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. They get 5 yards on the run there. Still left staring at a 3rd and about 14. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down.
Alert, 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 alert.
51 to Mike, boy, 51. Hey, Hassan. 51, Mike.
Wilson. Man open, Rice. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Wilson now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd down.
He was covered by Jair Alexander.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. Still got 4 down, 4 down.
Mike, check, 59. Let's go, tackle, let's go. We got this.
That's it.
5-9, Mike, 5-9.
Switch. One left. 59's Mike. Check, 59. Let's go, defense.
To throw again, Wilson. Robinson's got it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And Myers able to knock it through, and that will get the lead up to 14. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. On 2nd and 7, Wilson. That's caught by Penning. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Let's go, D.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. But look, this is a team, Charles, they faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division. But they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
Myers connects on the PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
54, watch 54.
If you don't get this, boy, right now, you got 58. You think you gonna get this?
Show it up, show it up.
Rodgers gives this to Jamal Williams. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Definitely too early to panic, but that is his 4th carry of the game, and collectively has in total 10 yards. So maybe there's no panic, but maybe some concern.
Yeah, and maybe a little concern up front because they're not giving him any space right now. On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. This is the tight end, Njoku. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
On 2nd down now, it's Carson, and he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Set the tone, Kelly. Don't let Kelly.
They run it with Carson. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
You go tight. You draw perfect.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Flushed out right. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back.
56. Tackles.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers forced out to his left. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
Hey, box drop.
Throwing is Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. John Brown there to make the grab. And the Packers get a score closer. Extra point try now for Crosby. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. It's a very short kick, taken right at the 20. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
Let's go, D. Let's go. One foot. Friday.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 10 yards and a Seattle first down. Wilson now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Davis. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Packers' 44-yard line.
And watch delay.
On 2nd down, here's Penny. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Taken down by Mason Foster. A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 10.
1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Seahawks on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10.
He don't want it. Check, 93's the mic. 93's the mic. We own them. We own them. Check, 93's the mic. 93's the mic.
From the shotgun, Wilson. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Now, this one now not over yet, Charles. You've got a sliver of hope on that other sideline.
You certainly do, because that would have made it a 3-score game, and that probably would have been curtains at that point. But now if they can get down the field quickly and somehow get the ball back one more time, we may have a different ball game.
They'll begin the drive with Carson. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here we go. Teammates, check 4.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12.
26.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter to maybe you start thinking about playing keep away.
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Now, they'll run it again with Penny. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 7.
Good job right there.
Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic.
Big stop, let's go.
Check, 93's the mic.
Here's Wilson on third down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
That's fielded at the 8-yard line. A good return there, 17 yards. And it'll be Packer football here, first down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. Looking to throw again on second down. Rodgers. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him. One of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down. Rodgers now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's first and 10. He's going to float this one deep right side, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Throwing again. Rodgers under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on third and long. To throw, it's Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call, and you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all that yardage. That would be a big play.
Watch the slip, watch the slip. Inside. Hey, 88. 54.
The Packers go for it. Rodgers. He's going deep for Brown. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked up by Delano Hill. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Well, on fourth down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, fourth down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. He takes this for 3 to the 29. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Again, it's Penny. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. The offense on third down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Now Rashad Penny. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
They'll toss it to Penny. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
What? 380. 14. Took right. 19. Zoom.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the second time. This will be fielded at the 17. 51 yards on the punt there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is
intercepted, and that should do it. Shaquille Griffin with a pick, and they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now it's Penny, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. They go down to a knee, and that will do it. They are moving on here in the playoffs. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And Charles, on the losing side of things, you know, they didn't come in here as the favorite to these playoffs, but they came in with a lot of hope and anticipation. Tough to have that all snuffed out so quickly.
It really is. You're one of 12 teams when the playoffs begin that still has a chance to win the Super Bowl. So that's pretty darn good. And as you often talk about, a lot of hope when the playoffs start. Well, that ended for them. But when they look back, they'll have a lot to be proud of and see if they turn the page towards the next season.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.